you are looking into learning a new skill, and that skill you have chosen by any chance is how to sew, then this video is for you, because in this video I am going to be telling you how to teach yourself to sew from the comfort of your home by yourself. How to sew. If it's something you're interested in or you fall under this category, keep watching this video and let's get right into it. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lola Oluwashusi and this is my channel Everything Lola, where I talk about fashion, I talk about lifestyle and everything in between. I also have a sewing channel. Yeah, and this dress I'm wearing, let me show you guys. I actually made it for church on Sunday, and I have dropped the tutorial on my sewing channel. So I have a sewing channel. If you scroll down this channel, you're going to see the sewing channel. And if you're interested in like how to learn how to cut and sew and draft patterns, then you want to subscribe to that channel. The name is Lola Oluwashusi. So let's get into this particular video where we are here today. I am going to be telling you how to teach yourself to sew in case you want to start and you're looking at maybe the expenses or the inconvenience. Maybe you have a 9-to-5 job, but you also want to learn how to sew, so it's not convenient to combine both. Then I'm going to be telling you how to teach yourself to sew. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because it's kind of personal for me. Till now, I still call myself a self-taught designer because that is how I started. I started teaching myself how to sew from scratch before along the way I started evolving and upgrading and things like that. So I'm doing this video. I'm going to drop the tips that I know helped me, and I'm also going to drop the things I know I would have loved to know, or if people had told me, would have made my sewing journey faster and easier. Let's get into the video. First of all, if you are looking to learn how to sew, there should be a reason why you are doing it. You need to first of all find your reason. Are you trying to sew to make it a hobby? Are you trying to sew because you want to start using it for commercial purposes? Are you trying to sew because you just want to make clothes for yourself? Find a reason. That is step one. Find a reason. Find your reason why you want to start. It's going to make your journey more defined and easy. You're not just here and there. You know what you want to do. Number two, before you even think of picking up a scissors or picking up a paper to cut or an outfit to cut, or even thinking of any style to make as a beginner or as your first time, I would advise, this is something I skipped, that I'm hoping you take the advice and not skip. I would advise to try and prepare like a pre-sewing class for yourself before you start doing any sewing classes. I know when you hear teach yourself how to sew or learn how to sew yourself, the first thing that comes to your mind is YouTube video. I understand YouTube videos help a lot. I'm not even going to lie, it helped me a lot. But before you just jump into watching videos and watching numerous videos, I would actually advise that you try and give yourself pre-sewing classes. So the question now is, what is pre-sewing classes? Thank you very much for the question. So pre-sewing class is what you take before a sewing class. And now what do you have to learn in pre-sewing classes? You would learn what kind of machine you are supposed to use, the different kinds of machine, what a thread is, different kinds of threads, different kinds of pins, what top stitching is, what back stitching is, what seam is, what allowances are, what notches are, what a dart is. Things that you hear once you start sewing, because believe me, if you start watching those YouTube videos or you start downloading those YouTube videos, you start hearing things that will start confusing you. And is it when you now hear we are going to make our dart, you now run, let me go to Google and check what a dart is? No, you have to just set out a plan for yourself. This is something I didn't do. I just went right into, there was a machine in my house. I've always been a machine growing up. I just went right into cutting. So I didn't even know how to measure shoulder. I just put it on my body and things like that. But I noticed that when I started watching videos and I started listening to so many like teachings, I realized that there were so many terms I was lost, and it kind of slowed down my learning process because I would have to pause to go and search for the meaning, come back. But if you have like a notebook, if you don't have a notebook, your laptop, anything you use to write and jot things down, I would advise you just browse. You can go on Google and search for fashion sewing terms, or fashion sewing terms a beginner should know. Google is your friend. They'll bring out every single sewing term or terminology you can think of, and then you take your time to learn. So what I usually advise people that just want to start learning how to sew, I advise them that before you pick up a scissors, you want to take about 2 weeks to 3 weeks of your time to learn every thing that you can learn concerning the pre-sewing methods, like concerning the terminologies to use, the kinds of machines to use, different kinds of machine, what an electric machine does, what a manual machine does, things like that. You want to take about 2 weeks. If you're a faster learner, you can take 1 week. If you know you need more time, you can take up to 1 month. But you need to learn these things and jot them down somewhere. It's something you want to do because it's better. And believe me, once you write down something, you would hardly forget, because you wrote it, you researched it yourself and you wrote it down. Nobody's just telling you this is that, and then you searched for it yourself, you saw how it looked and you wrote it down. That's what I usually advise. Now, another thing I usually advise is there are so many online courses, online classes now that are free, because now I feel like there are 2 major reasons why you would want to teach yourself how to sew. It's either you don't really have the funds to pursue a proper sewing academy, or you don't have the time to actually go to an academy. So whichever it is, I'm trying to give you like cheaper means that will do it well and do it good. So I would advise that you also check for some online classes that are free. They don't have to be fair. In Nigeria, the classes you don't necessarily have to limit yourself to Nigerian classes. There are amazing fashion design courses on Coursera. There are amazing fashion design courses on some places where you can actually apply for scholarships and get. It will help you to now learn the theoretical part of fashion. And when you start doing the practical part of fashion, it's going to be like a walkover for you, because as you are sewing, when you hear in the video, you're watching the video and you hear measure the dart, in your mind you're like, okay, dart, you already know what a dart is. That what is that? I don't know if you get what I mean, and I hope I'm passing out the message that I'm supposed to pass in a good manner. After you have started and probably finished your pre-sewing process, which is every single detail you need to know. I know you can't know everything at once, but that's why I said try to know as much as you can gather before you pick a scissors to cut anything. After that phase, next thing you now want to do is now the sewing phase, like you're putting your leg in the water and testing. Yes, so what I usually advise is when you're about to enter this stage, you want to create a plan for you. Don't learn haphazardly. So there are tools that can help you to learn faster. We have YouTube, which is the of them all. We have Pinterest and a couple of other ones. So you want to download these apps, you want to have them, and then before you start looking for any video, you want to create a plan, more like a scheme of work for yourself. Because if you are going to go to a fashion school, or if you were to go to a fashion school, that is what would have happened. They would have created a scheme of work for you. So you need to create a scheme of work for yourself, since you are teaching yourself. Now the thing is that learning by yourself is not easy peasy, because you need to work twice as hard as if you were going to an academy. But the good thing about learning by yourself, from my experience, is that you will be so good, because you got to learn, you got to make your mistakes yourself, you got to correct your mistakes. And once you make a mistake yourself and you can manage to correct that mistake, you will never make that mistake again. Mark my word. I have a backstory for myself. So my own is that there was one particular time that I mistakenly fixed my zip upside down. I don't even know how it happened. Like, I was still learning. I didn't know what I was doing. But till today, I know if I hear fixing zip upside down I cannot make that mistake again, because I learned the hard way. Nobody told me this is how you fix it. I learned the hard way, so I cannot make that mistake again. So what I'm just trying to say is you need to work twice as hard when you are learning yourself. So create a scheme of work, a schedule for yourself. Know if you are going to for the schedule, know if you are going to be taking 2 hours a day, 1 hour a day. You have to be consistent. That's another thing. Consistency is one very huge factor when you are teaching yourself how to sew. So for the plan you're drawing out, you can go online to just write course outline for beginners, or for beginner sewists, and it will bring out how it should be, from how to take a proper measurement, to how to make a bodice, to how to make a skirt, to how to make a trouser, to how to make a knicker. You just see the plan and then you work with it. So now you can now go on Pinterest and start searching. You can now go on YouTube and start searching. So you see that there are so many steps now before you get to the point where you start searching for tutorials and things that are going to help you to actually execute that style you want to do. As a beginner, don't just come and you just start learning how to sew and you want to go and sew conical corsets. I'm not saying it's wrong. You can be very daring. I was very daring when I started. I usually advise to start small, so you will not be intimidated out of the industry before you enter. I don't know if you get what I mean. Now, after creating a plan and doing a schedule for yourself, you now want to start searching for tutorials that would help you for that plan you have created, or that scheme of work you have created. Now, if you are searching on YouTube, don't just search how to sew for beginner. you can do that generally when you want to learn the general things. But if your scheme of work says measurement first, when you are going on YouTube, you write how to measure yourself. Don't forget to always put for a beginner. That particular word is very important, because there's a higher chance of you getting simplified tutorials than the one where they just put out for people that actually already know how to sew. Now, I recommended, I have a video on my channel, I think about 3 or 4 videos ago. You can check where I recommended sewing channels that are helpful for beginners. So if you're watching this video and you're a beginner, you may want to check that video and check out some sewing channels, both home and abroad, that you can follow or you can use to help and grow yourself. Now, after you have started learning, the next thing now, which I spoke about before, is now consistency. You want to be very, very, very consistent. I'm not saying you have to be sewing every day, but give yourself a plan. If it's 3 times a week, make sure it is 3 times a week. I don't know, I know people can be so busy, but you can give yourself at least 20 minutes, 10 minutes in a day to practice, because practice makes perfect. Whoever made that phrase was not joking. If you don't practice, it will look like you're wasting your time. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, which I feel like is not very talked about, is when you now start watching this channel, don't be a YouTube sewing channel prostitute. Sorry for the phrase, but don't just be here and there. Pick a set of channels, because there's an advantage with learning with so many channels. The thing is that you would have variety, but now the disadvantage is that if you are a beginner just starting, you'll be so confused, because there are so many methods to achieve one particular design or one particular thing, and it's going to confuse you, believe me. So what you want to do is find a set of channels you want to stick with for a period of time, and then when you get to your intermediate level, you can now broaden the horizon. Now, another thing is that when you're on this channel, I always say it in my videos, I'm sure you people know, if you watch my videos, you will know very well that I'm always talking about joining a fashion community. If you are teaching yourself how to sew, you want to join a fashion community. Now, my community on WhatsApp, I love the community so much, because I don't even talk most times in the community, but if I go on that page, if I go on that community in a day, what I learn from people is so much that I don't think I would have been able to pay for that knowledge. So you want to join spaces where you'll be able to get knowledge for free, you'll be able to exchange knowledge with people, and then even communities on YouTube. So when you start watching a sewing YouTuber's channel, I always advise, if you are a beginner, don't be mute, don't be a silent watcher and follower. If you are a beginner, you know you want to grow, comment on that person's post. If the person posts that, ask questions. If you have questions, ask. If you have comments, if you appreciate the design, or you appreciate the tutorial, it helped you, tell them, this really helped me. Comment. You know what it does? You may feel like you're steez, but you know what that does? What that does is it would register your name to the owner of that channel, and with time, after you have built that registered name relationship, with time you'll be able to approach the person and ask the person personal questions. For me, let me give myself as an example. There are some people that regularly comment on my videos, that when I see a DM from the person, my first instinct, what does this person want? I'm quickly going there to see, because this person is somebody that is constant in my life or in my teaching space. So you want to be useful, you want to appreciate them, and make sure you drop like comments on their post and just register your name on their page. It's going to really help you a lot. I always advise, ask your questions, no matter how stupid you may feel like that question will be. Ask your question, as long as it is relating to sewing. Ask your questions on that channels. So YouTube has created a space, YouTube, Instagram, all the social media platforms, they've created a space where when we do sewing tutorials, you have the right to ask us questions. We can answer you, because we are putting out those videos for you to watch. You don't have to pay me now to answer my comment section. It's different from consulting with me. I don't know if you get what I mean. So ask your question. Don't be shy to ask questions. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. That is it. If there are any more tips I have, I'm going to share it. If you have questions concerning how to start sewing, where to start from, and things like that, you can ask me. I'll be willing to answer. If it's a personal question, you can send me a DM on Instagram. I hope this video helped. If this video helped you, or you feel it's going to help somebody else, don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. It is going to help my videos. And don't forget, most importantly, to subscribe. You can also suggest videos you want to see next, and I'll be sure to deliver. So see you in my next video. Until then, keep winning.